Hi, how are you doing? Well, I have some information for you that I think is going to help all the caregivers out so much. And I remember when I was into caregiving for my mom, who was a dementia patient and eventually bedridden, it was key for me to understand what was available to me and what was not available to me. Because in the beginning, I'm going to tell you, most of you caregivers were thrown into a situation that you never even expected, and you had to learn on the fly. So I've got 7 must haves that you might want to consider if you haven't already. First off, I didn't know this. Number one, check with Medicare. Check your insurance to find out if there is a uh, supply service available to you as a caregiver for your loved one. I didn't know about this for the first, I don't know how many months. I was going to Costco and Sam's Club and buying supplies. It's expensive. Unless you're rich, there is a cost involved and it comes out of your pocket. But when I found out that these services are available, I realized all this stuff is here for the taking, but nobody tells you about it and they're not offering it to you. They don't say, hey, these are the services. You need to ask because what happens is you get an allowance from your PCP, your primary care provider, your doctor, who is under Medicare, and they have a certain amount of money that is available for this service. If you never use it, Medicare never has to pay for it. Who's the winner? The state is. Who's the loser? You are. Don't use your money, not when they've made allowances for you. That's number one. I might have more than 7 now that I think about it. Anyway, so yeah, find out. My provider was Shield Healthcare. I probably spent the first 2 years, year and a half, paying out of pocket. And when you buy Depends at Costco, it's a lot. You only get like 30, maybe 40 pull-ups, underwear, but you get it for free based on that allowance, and they deliver it to your door for free. So it doesn't come out of your pocket anymore. That's one thing. Number two, the biggest thing I did, I needed to understand that mom has incontinence issues. It doesn't matter where she was, there would be, cover your ears if you don't like this, but then again, if you're here, you want to know about this stuff. Leakage is a real fact, people. There's going to be leakage in the bed, leakage when they sit down, leakage, and you could do your own creative thinking as to what type of leakage, but anywhere they sit, lay down, in the car, on the couch, dining room chair, lounge chair, the bed, it doesn't matter. So what I did is I went to Costco and I bought pee pads that you buy for your dogs. I know. But you know what? You need to figure out a way to deal with this. Then I went to Costco and I started to buy stuff, waterproof stuff for the bed and all that stuff. But just to keep the liquid seepage off of the permanent furnishings. I don't know how else to say it. Well, the supply place provided underpads. In the meantime, I had spent I don't know how many hundreds of dollars on pee pads. I mean, they're one and the same. They work. Don't get me wrong. If you're in a bind and they don't offer that, then get those things. But they give you oversized 36 by 36 inches of underpads. I mean, it's a godsend. And man, I ordered as many as I could. Once I found I had that, they would give you an allowance and they'd say, do you want a case of this? Do you want a case of that? I'm like, yeah, sign me up. The other thing is, not only with pull ups and diapers, I mean, not only with pull ups and underwear from Costco or Sam's, I also got diapers. And people don't want to call diapers, because they think it's condescending and it could be offensive to the loved one. But you know what? As a caregiver, you don't care. Maybe you need to speak to your loved one in a different way and say, hey, we're going to give you some added protection of blah, blah, blah. But you know what? Downright, this is the thing. You can't just wear a pull up, which is an underwear, because after a while, you don't know how many times they go use that they urinate or other. Um, you don't have a clue. So you double up. You wear, I mean, I did this with my mom, and believe me, I had to learn the hard way. And that's why I'm talking about leakage. It is an issue, it is a reality. And as your loved one gets progressively worse, or there's a greater decline, you will find out that you need to cover up, protect, cover up, protect. I had underpads all over my mom's bed in places that she might roll, move around, whatever, just to protect the mattress, even though there was a waterproof mattress cover on it. But I put an underwear on her and I put a diaper around the underwear. Trust me, or find out yourself. But it can be done. It seems bulky, but you want to hear what was also bulky? Because they provide this in at Shield Healthcare. Also, they sent me cases of diapers and pull-ups. Was booster pads. Women might know that, or people might understand that to be like a maxi pad. They make them for men. They make them for women. These are all things that are included in caregiving supplies for incontinence. These booster pads, they go in the pull up as added absorption. They're not lined so that the liquid stays in the booster pad. It actually goes through, but you have maximum strength so that it does hold quite a bit. And then eventually it goes down to the um, underwear, the pull up. And then if it's like an over excessive amount of liquid, it happens. It can go down to the diaper. I'm telling you, these things were a godsend. I doubled up and staggered four of them, one here, one there, one here, one there, so that they were extra long. You'll find a way to make it work for your loved one. I figured out how to make it work for my mom. The other thing is wipes. They did not offer wipes to me. I don't know why, but I ended up buying cases of wipes, baby wipes, from Sam's Club, and they delivered it to me. But I do know that certain caregiving supply uh, establishments do have wipes, and they will send you wipes. The other thing that they did not send me for the longest time were gloves. I asked for gloves. They said, I'm sorry, your insurance plan does not cover that. I'm like, great. The one thing that I want, because I'm one of these people that's like, don't get one piece of incontinent mess on my skin because I'll freak out. But, I went to Costco and I got gloves there, and they had plenty of them. The irony is at the end of my mom's life and the end of care, I started to get gloves. I asked for it, but it was automatically put on. And every time I called, every 30 days, I called and made an order, and I would always ask them, do you have gloves? They said no. And then all of a sudden they said, yeah, we could put that on the list. I'm like, what changed? I'm thinking it. I didn't ask them because, yeah, send it to me. Um, so let me see what I said. Underpads, booster pads, pull-ups, lotion. They send you automatically incontinent lotion. There's a special type of lotion, and also incontinent wash. Wow, that was helpful. I can't begin to tell you how helpful that was, because when mom had messes, the number two, it would, to clean mom up, I'd spray that incontinence wash. It was very pleasant fragrance and it worked really good. It cut through the shit. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. Well, yeah, I did say that. Okay, well, it cut through the stuff. So I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. But um so yeah, that was the other thing. And and just so that you understand, when you order these supplies, I had literally a mini warehouse of supplies in my mom's garage. And it was always helpful to have that there because if there was a skipped delivery or something should happen, or in case of an emergency and there was no delivery coming around for whatever reason, at least I knew I had supplies in the waiting. And I made a bug out bag, which is pretty much an emergency bag with all the supplies that she would need for about a week. And I would take all these supplies and I would make a separate bag. And then I would make another bag and put it in the trunk of the car, because there's been occasions where my mom had accidents and we needed to change. So I had a like a smock or a nice little cover up for her to change into in case she messed up something. And then I had all my supplies there. So always keep that there. My rule of thumb is every 28 days, they'll call you. What do you want to increase? You want the same order? Do you want to ask? Bottom line, that is the trick, is to ask. I cannot stress that enough. So call your Medicare office, ask what supplies are available to the caregiver for incontinence. Discuss it with your PCP. They can put in an order directly to whoever the provider is. If they don't, you can I called Shield directly and I said, hey, can you verify that I have benefits? And if you do, here's the doctor, here's the patient. They verify it. And immediately I started getting stuff. I can't begin to tell you how many hundreds, if not thousands of dollars it saved me in supplies. I hope you take up on that. I hope that you take advantage of that benefit as well. And I hope this video has helped you. In the meantime, continue to be blessed. And also, always take good care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching. And please remember to hit the subscribe button. We are trying to grow our channel and reach 1,000 subscribers. Now, for every new subscriber, these two nutheads right here, they're going to get a treat, so we will all be happy. Thanks for watching.